Hello and welcome back to the City Sidelines tutorial about how to build a realistic city. We continue the game where we left off, which means we're going to be planning first a university to educate our people a little bit further. After looking for a good space for a while, I decided I wanted to have it here, halfway the city, so it reaches everything. I was thinking to put a nice special building with it, and why not the Colossal Order offices. So our future college students know where they can get a job. Well, the university is a bit of a special building, so I'll make a nice road around it. So I have some space to put also some offices around, which will benefit from the students. As you see, I have a little trouble rearranging the bus line to connect to the university, but in the end I get it right. About here. And there we go. Well, this university must breathe education, so let's give them also some oxygen and put some trees around to block the university from the highway. It does have easy access, being close to the highway, so let's put some office blocks around it and some leisure as well. Now everything can advance further to level 5 housing, and I will make small bridges to make a train station later on. Let's see if it fits. Yes, it does. Perfect. And also need a train station for my industrial area. I like to make a one-way road going around the station, and it has to be specific because it goes in on the left hand side and goes out on the right hand side. If the right hand side exits into a roundabout. So here we make the one-way road, making sure the traffic comes in from the left hand side and it will exit to the right hand side into the roundabout. This allows traffic to flow most efficiently into this train station and exit the train station without crossing each other. And there actually will be no traffic going straight on, but okay. Of course we have to connect the train station to the outside train lines, which we'll do now. Let me in the meanwhile explain you what actually the purpose of the train station is. The train station allows industrial traffic to enter the city from anywhere where you put the train station actually. But this will serve as an entry and exit point for industrial cargo. So it means that exports from your factories will go to the train station and imports coming into the factories will go to the train station. Placing the train station close to the traffic, the industrial area will reduce traffic immensely. At least that's the theory. Of course, deliveries also have to be made. They also come from the train station in a lot of cases. So there will be still a lot of traffic going from the industrial area to your city. But that's basically the function of a train station as an extra entry and exit point for cargo. And there you see it operating. Now let's start developing this train station already a little bit further, putting out the train line. It fits nicely underneath the thingies and still fits perfectly. I now have an idea until where the sound pollution will be, and sound pollution, if you do not really take it into account, is a very serious problem. People really get sick of it. Now we're going to develop this area, and as I did before, I'm going to put out a 6-lane road with roughly around the edge of the map, going a little bit through the woods, because people like to live in the woods. Why not? It's a healthy, clean environment, and also it are plants that I don't have to put out. Oops, I forgot to adjust my text level. Let's do that quickly. And now we're back at the new part of the city where I put out the subway line, which will connect to the train station, of course. And now I put out my subway line actually by placing the stations where I want them to be. So near school, near high schools, I mean, other important buildings, such as, of course, the university. It will reach the end of a city where bus lines can easily connect to the subway line, as anyone who has played Transport Tycoon or other tycoons will know, just connecting to each other. What was it? CDC Motion was the predecessor of this game. Well, having a little bit of trouble angling it, but if that's perfect, then I'll have to do like that. And there we go. The university stop going into the industrial area. From the industrial area we go back to the city, the suburbs, so people can get to work quite easily. Oops, missed the station there. And connect it around, and by making a circular subway net grid, there is one big advantage, and that's when you make a line going one way and one line going the other way, you effectively have covered each spot with 2 lines, which I think citizens even like better than just one. And there we go. Starting station, going around, and then just going the other way. That will help to decrease traveling time from whatever point you want to go to whatever point you want to go. Now in the future, I will connect subway grids with train stations, of course, but that will be in a later tutorial. Here you see now the subway net also affects the industrial area. The buildings going to level 3, maximizing, which is really nice. Checking out all my utilities. Hey, I see I have a fire hazard here. So let's put out 1 extra. And why not also some police protection? How is schooling doing? We could use with an extra high school actually. But where to place it? Wait. Well, why not wait? In the next part we'll develop more high schools anyway. Some beautification. A Japanese garden near the cemetery, why not? I love those tennis courts and basketball courts. They're small, but efficiently, and look, land value is nice up. And we are a big city. At least almost. Future tile purchases will be the tile in the north, so we can connect the highways later on. How are the buildings doing in the new part of town? Actually quite okay. Almost to the max, and already reaching maximum level, so we have enough services at least there. Population graph, That's a nice steep line going up. And now we just have to wait, and there we are, a big city. So we have a water treatment plant, so we can get away of that brown smudge, which we nicely kept out of sight all the time. But as you can see, yucky. There's a lot of yucky there. I give it its own power station. But hey, why not place it over there, where there's yuck flowing to, and where it goes it will end up in the end now too, but at least less. Hopefully we'll eliminate that brown smudge. Current is quite strong here, so it will disappear quite quickly, hopefully. Get away of these sewer pipes. Yucky, yucky, butt. We need one extra, so we put out one extra. That's all. Nice and fine. Let's just wait till the poo is away. So let's focus on our new part of town. Now we know the drill. Let's make an extra highway entrance and exit. Starting with a nice roundabout. The highway goes over it. And connecting the highway to the roundabout. Or the roundabout to the highway, whatever way you want to look at it. Perfect. So now we have a lot of new building space, but how to fill it up? Well, putting too dense all these high density houses up, that's not a really good idea. But let's start with some industrial offices actually and commercial buildings, connecting the 6-lane road to make a rough grid. And now we'll paint on this canvas. Oh yeah, I make an extra road there because I counted lanes. I saw the middle lane was not used, so let's make it, put it into use. And now we have the start, following that 6-lane roads. And now we have some nice, yeah, where to start. On the 6-lane roadside, when I make a traffic light, at least to keep a really big distance between the two traffic lights. Of course, to maximize the flow again. And in this way, some distance is covered before you get to the next traffic light. And there we have a nice mix of all the thingies. A hospital, fire station, police station. Now it can be all big. We compart that, so again we can put offices around it because they make a lot of noise. Now I make my own Broadway by putting the cinema and the theater out, the tax office, oops, it's a little bit in the way, the tax office and a stadium. So when we're going to build the train station over here, people at least have somewhere to go. Well, schools, because we need education. To put this high school, not on the side. Ah, why not down there? Yeah, that's perfect. Let's expand a little bit on the grid. Now we can use some straight roads. Why not? Because everything is bent and curved around it. Putting up a nice park with the school in the forest. Yeah, that's a nice spot. Offices blocking the sound of the commercial buildings, and a place to bury the dead. Well, this already looks nice. As you can see, it's a mumble jumble of streets and buildings, but actually it has a story how it came together. You know, that train station that will be placed there will not be placed for nothing. This will carry a lot of people again, so we'll let that flow in first. Actually, don't do anything about it at this time. And we have the Cameron Grand City. Let's make use of the solar power plants, because they don't require any fuel to be brought in. So let's demolish those oil power plants, and we'll now completely on solar plants. That's 320 megawatt coming in. Plus what we make out of the incinerators. It's starting to look nice. Maybe it's time to place that train station now. First some bus lines. Connecting to the rails. Oh, we can follow the highway really nice. Nobody cares if there's a train track going around the highway. It's nice actually when you drive there. It goes underneath and it connects to the outside world. And believe it or not, we're already making 245 passengers a week just after building it. And then we're way not done with developing that space there. Train station needs to be reachable, so let's make some bus lines. There we go. Oh, wait, we need some extra roads to make this bus line which actually covers some distance. Don't need much. And there we go. That'll be enough. Bus line going around. And bus lines connect each other towards the subway line and later on the train stations. Just as the people, as Cities in Motion would have liked. I also like to put these botanical gardens in the vicinity of schools for field trips, but that's just me. But why not make a plaza out of it this time? There we go, building's almost maxed, ready for the next part of this tutorial.